welcome back to another episode of What Is? Well, of course, I am playing gameplay mechanic from PSO2 New Genesis that may be convoluted, not playing well, or maybe you just need some more information about. And today, we are going to be looking at add-on skills for, well, every single class, how to use them, how to upgrade them, and also what is the best way to get your hands on the brand new Class Excubes. But before we hop into this, I do want to give a giant shout out to everybody that is supporting me over on Patreon. Thank you, my dudes. And of course, we will go into more information about that a little later. But for now, let's go ahead, let's jump into this, and let's go over why this is so awesome. So before we hop into add-on skills, there is one thing you're going to need here, which is of course a N Class Excube. And you can get your hands on the Excube through a couple of ways. The most easiest and the most productive way is of course by leveling. Because once you hit max level, for every level you get past that, you will get your hands on 10 of the new Excubes. And of course, that will become very much in handy because, let's be honest, that mechanic is kind of heavily RNG. But you might be wondering exactly how to get your hands on that if you haven't already hit max level on a character and you want to take advantage of this, or maybe you have a whole bunch of side characters you do want to get level up, because there's a very important reason to of course get Excubes unlocked on every single class. So obviously the next course of action you can go through beyond hitting the level cap is going to be, of course, tied to unlocking titles. Since as you play through the game, of course, we got titles we can unlock, and we got a couple of new ones added to each of the classes. So the first one you're going to be able to do here is, once you get a class to level 30, you're going to unlock one Excube, and if you want to unlock another one here, you're going to get one more at level 50. So, as you can see, this mechanic is very much for level 30 plus, but you can still get your hands on it early. It's just you're going to get way more once you actually hit max level, which, as a little piece of advice here, at the time of the video, the level cap is 60, so ideally you want to get out here and grind up as many of these as you can get. Especially since this is very RNG, what we're going to be doing with the items. And it's going to become harder and harder to get your hands on as we get more and more levels in the future. But once you have your hands on a couple of the Excubes, only a bare minimum of one, we want to go ahead and run on over to the class counter. And from here, we're going to go ahead and talk to the NPC, and we will see a brand new option here for add-on skills. So these are going to have a few options. We of course have generate our skill, add-on skill set, and loadout for your skill. So first of all, let's go ahead and look at generation, because that is what's important here. So with the whole generating skills, you're going to have a list of all your classes here, and you're going to be able to pick whichever one you want to unlock this zone. There is one thing very important here about this, is you might be thinking, oh, I'm just going to unlock my stats on my main character. I don't care about my other character. There is actually a reason to care now, because your stats you're going to be getting from your other classes does carry over and are stackable. So the more of the abilities you have unlocked on all the classes, the more powerful your main character will become. And on top of that, this is account bound. So, which means if you have multiple characters on multiple ships, your stats will carry over from one ship to another. So you don't have to actually do this on other characters. If one of your characters on whatever ship end up getting the stats you want, you will be good to go, no matter how many characters you are switching between at all. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and hop into Ranger, since it's the one I got the most of. So to start off here on the left side, we have ourselves 3 different add-on skill slots. And of course, these are going to be very important when it comes to leveling, because these will of course unlock as you do like at numbers of generation. I know some people have been talking about having these unlock at certain levels, which we will get to in a second. But as I found out by doing my testing, is without hitting the max level for the skills, I still was able to unlock add-on 3. So it does look like it's like every probably 5 to 10, give or take. I wasn't keeping track because I thought it was literally tied to level. But I can verify it is not. It tied to how many times you pull a skill. So with that being said, when you start off, you're going to be starting off with a level 1 heal. So as we look at the skill 1, we have a few options here. So to start off, you can go ahead and see how many Excubes you have, as well as how many of the class Excubes you're going to need, which is just 1, no matter what class, no matter what level. At the time of that video, it does only require 1 cube, which is good. And then we have a breakdown of how much you're going to actually cost. In the case of the very first one, you're looking at 5,000 Meseta. And then moving into what we're going to get here is going to be, well, the RNG going to come in. So to start off here, our main effect will always stay the same, and it will change depending on the class. So like Ranger, for example, is I have a higher potency for my range. Other classes might have higher invasion, PP recovery. Pretty much this ability will stay identical to that class no matter what, so that's not RNG. But what the RNG part come in is, of course, with our side effects. So our side effects here are made up of 4 ability. As you can see for my pool heal, I have a proton blast potential up or potency up, HP recovery, shot resistant, and more HP. So if I go ahead and back out of the menu, there is a chance that they will shuffle around and give up new ones, but it's not totally insane amount, but they will shuffle around depending on if you back in or out, or as we do pulls. So the thing is about pulls when it comes to the skills is, of course, main effect will always stay the same. You will unlock it no matter what, and your side effect will be 2. So out of the 4 ability, it will randomly choose 2 for you to actually keep. So the thing here is, you then will notice there is level tied to this. So the interesting part about this, well, the net part of RNG is going to come in, which is, of course, what level of the stats you're going to get. So every side effect and every main effect can be from level 1 to 20, with 20 being the cap. And every time you pull, it will randomly pick not only the ability, but as well as what level they will be. So the thing is here, and the reason you want to unlock the higher add-on 3s is, of course, the cap. So how they're going to operate is, every time you pull from a skill 1, you have a chance to go from 1 to 20. In the case of main skills, whatever your highest is, so let's say you do a pull and you get a level 15 main skill, that skill will lock at that level. So every time you pull from that point on, it can only go from 15 to 20. It cannot go below whatever the number you pulled originally, or the highest number you pulled originally. With that being said, that is not the case for your sub effect. Sub effect can still go from 1 to 20 on skill 1. So ideally, what you want to do here is do enough generation to unlock the net skill, which is, of course, rank 2. At rank 2, a couple things happen here. First of all, the Excube stay the same, but the Meseta that you need to actually use to do the pull go from 5,000 up to 10,000 Meseta. But the thing of interest here is, as you can see from my side effect now, my side effect now is from level 5 to level 20. So by paying an extra $5,000, you do get a higher chance of getting higher side effects, which is good. But once you actually get a add-on 3 unlocked, that will change a bit here. So for this, it will, of course, cost you 50,000 Meseta, so this is a giant jump up. But with that being said now, when it comes to the side effect, there is now the generation guaranteed is no lower than level 10. So now any of your ability can be from level 10 or to level 20. So ideally here, if you have the money for it, as soon as you unlock add-on 3, ideally, you want to just forever just use add-on 3, and that way you will be good to go here. And of course, if you do a pull and you don't get the items you want, there is some stuff that can happen here. So let's go ahead and show that off. So let's go ahead, let's do a add-on 3 pull. I will spend 50,000 my setup, and of course, we will randomly generate my abilities here, which in return, I think actually might be better than what I always have. So of course, my main effect is level 19. Haven't hit 20 yet. So that's going to stay the same, fine and dandy. But in return, I did get Proton Blast and AP up 16 and 15. So let's go ahead and close this. And then from this menu, we will be asked to do a few things. So to start off, we do see a comparison of what I have to what I just received. So of course, the bottom one is what you already have saved. Top one is what you just pulled. If you have not pulled before, you will only really have the option of showing what you just got. So at this point, you can do a few things. You can, of course, do it on 3 different slots. So these are your loadout. So you can set 3 different styles of play if you are someone who wants to switch between these as you see fit. And of course, you can go ahead and do these on any of these. Or you can go ahead and override it, which in my case, I will probably do because it's literally the same ability, just a higher level. So I will go ahead and override what I got. But let's go ahead and say you get some ability that is weaker, or you don't want to have it as a backup. You can go ahead and say do not weather. They will still use the Meseta and the Excube, but in return, it's not going to be weather. So one less thing to worry about. But in my case, I'm going to go ahead and weather this because this is actually better than what I have at the moment. So let's go ahead and do that, and there you have it. They are saved. So from here, we can go ahead and go do the same on another class as an example here. So if we go ahead and go to another class, you are going to go ahead and see I already have all 3 levels unlocked, any if I haven't even been to any Excubes here. So pretty much how that works is as long as you unlock add-on skill 3 or 2, or 1 time, no matter what class it is, it will unlock it on all classes. So, in the case of, course, my Bouncer here, which I believe that's what I picked. Yes, I did. Bouncer. Is, of course, we have ourselves now Dash and Glide PP Recovery, which is fantastic since this ability will, of course, give us the ability for when we are running around or whatnot. We will be constantly getting PP back, which will come in handy. And then, of course, we do have our sub effect, which is, of course, Encore Jump. PP recovery upon joining a trial, which not ideal. A free resistant as well as AP up. So let's go ahead and just buy a rank 3. And then from here, these will be added. And of course, semi bad luck, all my stuff is level 10. So bare minimum as I could get for rank 3. But we're going to go ahead and weather this. And once that is weather, we can go ahead and back out. So from here, let's go over our other option here with the add-on guild set. So this is, of course, well, if you have the weather, so it might be like, say you have 3 different variants you like. This is the menu where you're going to be able to shift between these on the fly. And of course, you can do that for every single class. So that is great if you want a very specific loadout. And speaking of loadout, we do have Loadout Guild Set. So these are, of course, if you have variants that you want, you can go ahead and save so you can more easily just pretty much chain the over as you see fit instead of going between each and single one of these. Pretty similar to the way the classes work if you got loadout for your classes. So once you have done that, you are pretty much good to go. But say you want to look at your stats and see what exactly you have overall. Let's go ahead and look at that now. So when it comes to actually looking at your overall stat to see how much you're actually getting, there is a couple of ways we can do that. So let's go ahead and start off by going to our personal, and from there going into character information. We have, of course, our character stat. If you know what your stat was, you can go ahead and see here where you are stat-wise total. But to have a more in-depth breakdown of your stat, we have a brand new option here with add-on skill info. And from here, we will have a list of every single ability that on our character right now. And as we hover over them, we can go ahead and see the breakdown of this, such as, of course, my EP giving me 15 extra, my PP natural recovery of 50% more. And you can go ahead and see exactly what each of the ability do and the percentage that they do as well. And of course, if you want to break it down by each class, you can do so here if you want to give that a look. Or, you know, like I said, you can always just look at everything right here, ready to go. And in return, to give you a good idea of how much more powerful you just became. And then one last little side bit here, if you are planning on doing it and you do want to get your hand on a crap ton of experience here, which, if I remember right up the top of my head, which is 500,000 experience, we do got a brand new NPC that's been added to each of the town here with the Arc Tactic Instructor here. So, of course, by talking to him and getting a little bit of a side story, you can go ahead and see some quests, which I have already went ahead and completed these already. Of course, we have a little side quest tied to Battle Dia, but the main thing of interest here is, of course, by unlocking your 4th skill, you can, of course, get your extra experience. So if you got a class you're trying to level, or you don't want an extra 500,000 experience, be sure to hunt this guy down. Once again, he will look the same, and he will be available in every single region. And with that, that is everything you need to know about add-on skills. And I guess a little side note on, of course, Class Excubes. If you want more information on Class Excubes, I did do a whole video dedicated to it. I will have it linked above, so you can check that out if you're interested. But hopefully this has helped made the mechanic make sense. And as well, it finally given up the mechanic we've been wanting, which is, of course, being able to carry stats over from one class into another. And with that, that's going to go ahead and do it for me. I think Luna is trying to break down my door right now, so I need to go let her out. But before I do so, I do want to give a giant thank you to everybody that is supporting me over on patreon.com/Maconn. Thank you, my dude. I appreciate it, because honestly, that is helping keeping the channel alive right now. And if you're interested in supporting the channel, helping feeding Luna, maybe hopefully getting her a doggy door at some point, be sure to head on over there and pledge at low as $1 to get you a whole bunch of goodies. And also, if you do want to check out my live stream and to get some more helpful tip for PSO or really any other game /MMO, make sure you come on over to twitch.tv/TroyMaconn. I do stream over there every Saturday through Wednesday, starting around 7:15 p.m. Central Standard Time. Along my Asambia not going with me, because Asambia is a problem. But with that, that's going to go ahead and do it for me and this episode of What Is. And I will go ahead and see you all in the comments.